First off, congratulations on Satanic Hispanics. When this project first came about, how were you two approached for it?
I think we were approached by the same guy, this guy named Alejandro Brugues, who's one of the filmmakers and also one of the producers. And him and Mike Mendez had come up with this idea, and they had this name for it. And as soon as I heard the name, I was like, yeah, I'm in, because that name, it was gives such promise to like hijinks and craziness, and I just love that, that we were just kind of, yeah, this is what it is, Satanic Hispanics, right in your face. But yeah, that was how I got involved.
Yeah, it's the same as Eduardo. We share the same situation. Alejandro came bring the idea of the project. This is not the first time that a director wanted to make an anthology. All the time I refuse the idea to be part in anthology, but the names seduce me. I mean, Ed Sánchez, Mike Mendez, Ale, and I say, well, I love the idea. I will say yes, but deep on mind, I thought I never gonna do this because I can't because I was shooting my movie, and I have no time for this. But let's do it. I wanted to share my name with these guys, and let's see what happens. And then it happened, and I'm very proud.
And right, this question is for both of you. In your segment, El Vampiro, it kind of felt like a parody send-off to all those Universal monster movies that we fell in love with, right? So what was it that you two wanted to accomplish with this segment?
For me, it was, the again, like some of those early Universal movies, and then like the kind of the Hammer movies of the 70s, where like it was like this a 70s version of the classics, Dracula and all that stuff and all the classic monsters. And so for me, it was like bringing that and then just kind of going, doing comedy, because I don't get a chance to do comedy a lot. But that was kind of like, the main thing for me is just kind of having fun and being, colorful, and just kind of, again, doing a lot of mostly practical effects. Like, I think that was, important, like just, don't go crazy with CGI, and just, do something entertaining, do something fun something that I wanted to see. And I think that's kind of the guide, for all of us, is just, make a movie that is fun and something that you yourself are interested, because in the end of the day, you're making films for an audience, but you're trying to satisfy yourself, your own kind of curiosity and want and desires to, like, of what kind of movie you want to make. And these anthologies are a great way to like be able to do anything you want, because in the normal day to day, there's always somebody telling you that you can't do this and you can't do that. And I think this is a certain freedom, even though the budgets are low. So there's a freedom to, like, you can do whatever you want, and you don't really get that very much in this business.
Right. And Demián, how about you?
Well, I didn't have enough time to think the short and to make it and to post-produce it. And so I thought simple story in location with a couple of characters. I bet a lot of some camera movements and photography. I prefer to bet more in the aesthetic than bigger production. But all the time I thought, okay, I need to make something scary with simple elements, that where I thought in a light and darkness, what we can find in the darkness with the light. And then the cube Rubik came in my mind and say, okay, mathematical I don't know. I thought everything to rush. All the time, I've been a liar with my partners because I said, yeah, I'm writing, I will share you at the end, and I don't have anything because I've been shooting my movie during all the year, and when I was free, I didn't have my head to the short movie, but the work made with me, Alejandro, was excellent as a producer because all the time he was calling me. He's a nice guy. He always find the correct words to focus me again in the project. Then when I ended my movie, I said, okay. I studied the situation with my wife. I talked with my DOP and one of my actors. I said, do you want to shoot a short movie after this movie that we are making? Everybody saw me as a crazy. But I say, well, yes. Okay, let's go ahead. 50 days after the shooting of my movie, I've been shooting Satanic Hispanic. It was, I don't know, unconscious, I think. That's why I don't know how I did this segment.
And Eduardo, this question is for you. I'm so glad you brought up Hammer Horror because that's one of my all-time favorite, horror movies. So what are some of your favorite Dracula performances?
I mean, my all-time favorite is Gary Oldman in Bram Stoker's Dracula, because that whole movie is just, it's just beautiful and it's inspiring, and it's just, to me, it's like a perfect movie. And it's just, and again, like it was all done practically. Like there was just like, it was just so much like filmmaking coolness in that movie, and I think it's one of the Francis Ford Coppola's best films, and he has a lot of great films, but I think and then Gary Oldman is always
yeah,
always fun. And it was the first time that you saw Dracula. I mean, at least in my memory, I don't know, as like kind of the monster side of when he was kind of mid transformation or whatever, like and I love that. I love the idea that like he could be kind of he could change his physical appearance, and he was like decrepit sometimes, and he's sometimes this creature, and sometimes he's a handsome man. Like I love that, and again, it was the music, it's one of my favorite soundtracks, so definitely that one is my favorite.
And Damien, do you have any favorite Dracula performances as well?
I guess Gary Oldman Dracula is the top of the list. Yeah, I guess, no doubt.
But for this movie, it was more like of a Christopher Lee.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, like that was more of the vibe that I was looking for, of a little bit over the top and kind of full of himself a little bit. And Hemke kind of just brought he just brought that to life perfectly, and had the character down immediately. So I got really lucky.
and one final question for the both of you. What are you looking forward to audiences getting the most out of Satanic Hispanics when they finally watch it?
I think anthology movies are always unique, because like if you don't like, if you start on the movie, and if you don't like the movie that you're watching, or it's not really getting you, there's another one coming, and there's another one after that. And that's what I really love about anthologies. Not that any of the movies are, you want to say all the movies are entertaining, and I think this one has it's kind of like a roller coaster. You're gonna see everything in this movie. It's scary and creepy as hell, and it has like some social commentary. It's goofy, it's stupid, it's really smart sometimes. It's action, it's it's got everything, and I feel, And that's what I love about it. I think it's the most, as far as I'm concerned, you know, in my, I've been involved in a few anthologies. I think this is the one that has the most diversity of filmmaking. I feel like there's all kinds of stuff in here. So that's what I love. You know, I want the audience to, like, you know, obviously you always end up with a favorite, but I think that this one has so many different flavors that, you know, I think by the end you're going to be exhausted. But you know but again, fun. You know, that's the bottom line. Is that you know, hopefully they're all, you know, you have fun watching all this collection of 5 movies.
Yeah, you're gonna laugh. You're gonna scare as hell. I mean, when you go to the theater to see a horror movie, you want that. You want to be scared and you want to laugh. So I guess you're gonna enjoy as audience.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us on Infamous Horrors. It's been fun talking to you, and congratulations on Satanic Hispanics.